Hello, sorry, we've just had a delivery, that's why I've been delayed. Okay, back to the part the live maths. Okay. So percentages. Today we're going to concentrate on percentages without a calculator. Okay. Tomorrow I'm in school, and so there won't be a maths live tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday we'll continue with percentages, both with a calculator. Now I'm going to target sort of discounts and things like that. Quite easy percentages on the Wednesday, and on the Thursday we're going to concentrate on more complicated things like reverse percentages and also percentage change, that sort of thing. Now Friday is interesting because Friday is the bank holiday this week, which should have been today. So Friday will be a bank holiday. So um, there won't be a podcast on Maths Live on Friday. Okay, because it is officially the bank holiday. Okay. However, I might post some puzzle things to do on that day. Okay, so great to see everybody again. I know we're getting quite a few viewers still later on, but again, we need to boost these numbers for the live event. So, okay, this is a relatively easy live maths this morning to get us thinking about percentages. Now, as you can see underneath, I've got a lovely worksheet there, but it didn't print out. My cartridges have gone. So we did have a worksheet to work on, but the cartridges are gone. So there's a little bit of an error. Oh, hang on. That's better. It's my new cartridges have just gone in. Brilliant. Okay, so we're back in business. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to try and get this a bit higher up so we've got more of an idea of what's going on and you can see the numbers. So when we're dealing with percentages without a calculator, let's have a look at a question first of all. So suppose I wanted 23% of, let's say 23% of £48. So I want 23% of £48, okay, and this is on the non-calculator paper. So I can't do that question in one hit. It's too difficult even for me, and I'm a maths genius. Well, some might argue I'm not, but so what I have to do is we have to go in stages and break down the question into small chunks. So take a look at this worksheet. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. So take a look at this worksheet. So we've got percentages along the top, and we've got the numbers down the side. Now we're not going to fill in all of this worksheet. I mean, it would be here all day. So what we are going to do is we're going to concentrate on what these percentages mean. So when we're breaking this question down, we've got to break it down into manageable chunks. And I always think it's a bit like solving a mystery. So you're finding out more and more evidence all the time, more and more facts about the question. Okay, so let's have a look. So 50% of something. Okay, so when we find 50% of something, what we're going to do is halve that number. Now halving is relatively straightforward. So half of 20 is going to be half of 20 is going to be 10. There we go. So now 25%. Now 25% is going to be a quarter. Okay, we should know by now 25 is a quarter. But we've already got half, so we can use that half to find our next value. So again, as we're building up the evidence here, we're finding more and more facts out. So 25% of 10. Okay, sorry, a half of 10 is going to be 5. Okay, so then we've got 75% to consider. Now, 75% on its own is fairly tricky, but we've already got some information here. We know that half is 10. We know that a quarter is 5. Now we can do this in two ways. We can actually add them together because a half and a quarter makes 3/4. Imagine eating a pizza and having half a pizza and a quarter of pizza. It makes 3/4. So that's going to be 15. But another way of doing it is saying we've got 1/4 is 5. We need 3/4. I know that's not clear to see, but it is 3/4. So 3 of them makes 15. So that's one section of facts. We've also got another section here, okay, starting with 10. So when we find 10% of something, we're actually finding dividing by 10. Now, a word of caution here. Now, as a teacher, I've got this wrong for so many years, but now I think it's really important, and it's important for me to get this right. Now, you should all know that a lot of people have been taught if we find dividing 20 by 10, you've got this phrase, knock a nought off, and it's not the correct thing to say. Knock a nought off equals 2. 20 divided by 2 because you knocked a nought off. But that knocking a nought off isn't a great way of explaining things. So let's break this down so we're clear on what's going on. When we divide by 10, what we're actually doing is sliding the number one place to the right. This is called place values. We're all used to HTU in primary school, hundreds, tens, units. So we divide by 10, and this 20 moves one place left. So we're not knocking a nought off, we're turning tens into units, hundreds into tens, units into point something or other, 1/10. So that's what we need to think about. Okay, yes, this gives us the right answer, but it doesn't always. So this way of thinking always gives us the right answer. So let's go back to our question. So dividing by 10 now for 10%. Okay, we take 20 and we slide it one place to the right, so we have a 2. Going on to the 5, okay, 5%. Now, if you look at 10% and 5%, that's half of 10%. So half of 2 is 1. So getting that first step, everything else follows on. You're using these facts to make these facts. 20%, 2 lots of 10. 2 twos are 4. See how easy it becomes now. 30%, well, 30% is a 20 and a 10. So 2 add 4 makes 6. 40% is going to be 2 lots of 4, because it's 20% is 4. So 2 fours are 8. And the last one we look at is 1%. And from 1% we can make 2%, 3%, 4%, all these other ones. So 1%, okay, we're going to divide that we're going to divide the 20 by 10 and then by 10 again. Okay, so going back to this diagram, these are tenths. This next column along, decimal there. Okay, so we divide it by 10 again, and the 2 slides to this position, so that's going to be 0.2. See, we can't knock a nought off there. That's where it breaks down. So that's going to be 0.2. Now, probably at this stage, if I was teaching this lesson, I'd have a similar worksheet to this, or like a little grid thing that we used to do, stuff like that, and we'd practice that concept. Okay. So before we dive back into our question, this is our target, our goal to work on today without a calculator. Let's just take a number. So the number is going to be 180. Okay, and we're going to find some facts out about this 180. So let's work our way through these facts. Okay, so 50%. Start with that. Okay, so on your comment boxes, I'd like you to type in what 50% is there. A morning to Miss Davis, by the way. Well done for joining us today. Big welcome to Dylan as well. Well done. We've got yeah, you should be doing this while I'm reading some names out, by the way, folks. 50% of 180. Type your answers in. So, oh, Alfie, good to see you this morning, Alfie. Well done for turning up. You are a star. You've been through everyone. And Lydia, great to see you this morning too. We've got We got Ben this morning. Brilliant. Ben's joined us. Oh, and the answers are coming through now. So well done, folks. You're listening. So 90. Brilliant. Okay. So the next fact we did was 25%. Okay. I won't get you to type in all of these answers. They're just strategic ones. Okay. But please think about the answer in your head. So 25% is half of 90, so that's 45. Okay. Next one is 75. And there's two ways of doing this from here. We can either take your 25, which is the same as 1/4, and we make 3/4 by timesing that by 3. Or we could take the 90, and that's worth 50%, and add the 25%. Okay. So let's do this one as a group. Okay, so answers typed in, please, folks. Yep, coming through nicely. Keep typing, folks. We had a couple of answers in there. Well done to Lydia. And we have 135. Well done, folks. See you getting these typed in here, Ben White. Okay, come on. Right, okay, so what did we look at next? We've got, that's kind of one section. They're sort of one family, those 50, 25 and 75s. And this is another family of facts. 10%. Okay, so 10%. Okay, now I think I'd like you to do the 10% one, so type that in, please. Well done, Dylan, you got the last one right. Brilliant. And we're going straight back to the beginning, so we want 10% of 180. Okay, that's correct. That's 18. Well done. Some nice answers coming through. Brilliant. Okay, so then we can go for 5%, which is half of 18. Get a second to think about that. Okay, so that's going to be 9. Then 20%. Okay, so we go back to our 10% there. All right, somebody's just sent me a thumbs up. Keep them coming, folks. I need more thumbs ups. Okay. Well done, all those people getting 18. Brilliant. So 9 there. So 20% is double the 10%. So that's going to be 36. 30%. So we can take the 30 and the 10. Just 54. Loads of thumbs up now. 54. 40%. This is an easy one. So we go back to the 20 and double it. So 20 add 20 is 36. So that's a 72. And finally, 1%. So, how about we write the answers to 1%, please, in the comment box? Remember, you're going back to 180 here. So 1%. Type your answers in, please. Okay, that's great. So 1% is 1.8. Brilliant. Okay. So suppose, these are all sort of facts, suppose we wanted to get 56% of 180 now, without a calculator. So okay, so we need some of these facts here, so I'm working on a pink pen. So 50%. So 56%, we'll need one of them. All right. We'll need a 5%. So that's 55%. And we need a 1%. And that makes our 56%. So to find 56% of 180 from straight away, you break it down into the facts you need and add those key parts. So we need a 90, and we need a 9, and we need a 1.8. Be very careful when you're adding them up to keep the place values in line, otherwise the 8 adds on to something it shouldn't. So that's 8 on that column, 9, 10, put the 0 down, carry the 1, 9, 10. 100.8. Okay, so 56% of 180 is 100.8 without a calculator. Okay, so to finish off, let's go back to this question. Okay, so back to this question, 23% of 48. So if I add that in a GCSE non-calculator question, the first thing I do is not panic and think, right, I need some facts. I can't do this in one go, I need some facts. Now, do we need 50%? Is that helpful? No. So actually, this family of percentages might not be the first part to go to. Okay? It might be, and even if you go there and it's not helpful, it doesn't matter. You're finding facts about. To be fair, I could get it from 50% and 1% and do a little bit of a takeaway because I can get 2% and take them away. But I'm going to do it using this family here. Okay, so first thing I need to do is find 10%. So think about that sliding effect. Slides over, not divide, not noughts off. Slide over the decimal position. The place value is what we call. So from 10%, my target is 23. So I'm going for 20%. So I need to get this number and double it. Okay. So double 8, I get it's a bit tricky, but you should be able to do these if you take them separately. Double 8 makes 16. Remember, you've got a 1 to carry. Double 4 is 8, add the 1 is 9. Okay, another way you could do that is think about 48 doubled. And you know, if ever you sort of get a bit confused about decimals, always think about them as being the same as pounds and pence. £4.80 double, £9.60. It makes it so much easier. Right, okay, so we're getting close now. So we need 3%. So to get 3%, a good way to start would be 1%. Okay, so 1% is going to be this number divided by 10 again. So that's the same as 48 pence, if I'm thinking pounds and pence, or 0.48. Okay, so keep with me. So I could make 21% there, but actually, you know, I think I'm going to go for some more facts first. So what I'm going to do is 2%. All right, so I've got a good idea what 2% is because I've got 20, so it's linked to this 9.6 business. That's actually quite easy. No, it's the same as doubling 48, makes 96, but make sure you put them in the right position. So then I could make myself a 3% because I've got a 2% and a 1%. So I need to add these up. Now they're already in a position where I can do an add sum. Okay. 8 add 6 is 14. Carry the 1. 9 add 1 is 10. Add 4 is 14. Carry the 1. So now I've got 20% and 3%. So my final answer is going to be the 20 add the 3, okay, and that's going to give us 23%. So let's do the sum here so we can clearly see what's going on. 4, 10, carry the 1, we're adding 9, 10, 11. So that's going to be 1104. So 23% is 11.04. Okay, brilliant. Now, one last thing, and then that's it for today. Okay, so a couple of things here. Let's just do a check on that. And while we do the check, I can also go through what we write on a calculator. So 23%. All right, I'm not a big fan of the percent button. So what I like to do is think about what percentage is. It's out of 100. 23 out of 100. Okay, that's my 23%. I can write it like that. I can write it as 0.23 as well. That's a good way of writing 23%. Times 48. And you can see 11.04. Now don't worry about the amount of working out. Without a calculator, this is the sort of working out that you actually need. Let's zoom out a little bit. So that is the working out you need for a non-calculator question. So it seems a lot, but that is the way to do it, okay? Alright, that's it for today. So just a reminder on the days, it is posted on the Facebook. We've got tomorrow is me going into school, so no maths tomorrow. Then we've got Wednesday, which is percentages. That's going to be like discount and maybe interest. And on the Thursday, we're going to look at percentage changes and things like that. Okay, and reverse percentages. We'll see how far we get with that. So a very useful week. Percentages is where a lot of people think, oh, I'm all right on that, and actually they fall down, particularly on the reverse percentages and the and percentage rates and things like that. So please watch again. Join me, and if you're watching this later on in the afternoon, please try and join me at 10 o'clock for those times. And I'm going to leave you with one of my favourite bands from, well, they were more famous in the 80s, but they were been around for a long time. Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. So see you on Wednesday, folks, and it's been a pleasure. Pour some sugar on me. Let's go. That's my free bit over with, so let's go for it. Pour some sugar on me. Din, 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 din. See you on Wednesday.